spread love and positive vibes. Thank you guys, the new subscribers and the returning ones. I value you. I appreciate you. I don't take you for granted, guys. I really do appreciate. Now, if you have not subscribed to this channel, do so. The subscribing is totally free. Press that subscription button and join this family that talks about the land we all love. And of course, you like the video, watch us, comment down below, and we're going to appreciate that very, very much. Now, there are some things that looks impossible, that looks like they can never happen. And when they happen, all of us are left surprised. We are left amazed. We are left astonished. And some of these things have happened in the land we all love, the land of Jamaica. Now, in the recent past, we didn't expect anything good to happen in Jamaica because of what they are going through. We know that they have just experienced Category 5 Hurricane Marisa. And therefore, most of us did not expect to see winning for Jamaica. But Jamaicans have just surprised us. Even what we did not expect to see happened. And I want to say that sometimes I ask myself, do God favor Jamaica? Because some things that happen in Jamaica, they are not just normal things. They are miraculous things. Like, for example, you can imagine an island in the Caribbean island, a tropical country with temperatures between 25 to 30 and even maybe above that. And yet, they have a team in a winter sport. What am I talking about? Some things are miraculous. Some things are out of this world. Some things amaze us. And sometimes we wonder, what kind of determination, what kind of strength, what kind of hearts do Jamaicans have? Because sometimes it is very, very hard to see people trying something that looks like it is impossible. The Bobsled team in Jamaica is a team that does a winter sport. Jamaica has no winter. It is actually a tropical country. Meaning that these guys have nowhere to do their practice. They have to travel to do their practice in another country where there is winter. But the other day, they astonished us. They amazed us. They surprised us with a gold medal. These guys, hey, I don't know how I can describe them. And they made us to realize in this world, where there is a will, there is a way. There are no impossibilities where determination is there. The Bobsled team in Jamaica went to compete in a winter game and won and got a gold medal. Tell me, if this is not a miracle, what is it? And this is not the first miracle that has happened in Jamaica. There are several. And we're going to go through them, and you tell me what favor the people of Jamaica have. So just when the people are saying Jamaica is suffering, there is Hurricane Marisa, there is a lot of problems, there is ups and downs in Jamaica, out of nowhere, pop! The Bobsled team in Jamaica won a gold medal. I really, really admire the spirit in the people of Jamaica. The spirit of determination, the spirit of resilience, the spirit of hard work. Because, of course, for these guys to win this race, they have put a lot of work in it. They have sacrificed their time, their energy, their resources to emerge winners in a winter sport, and they are not a winter country. Have a look at the determination, the will, the hard work in these gentlemen.
This is actually incredible. Jamaica's 4-man bobsleigh team have just made history at the North American Cup, Whistler, Canada, by winning the country's first ever gold medal at international competition level. Who would have actually thought that that was actually possible? Piloted by Shane Peter, Bretman Harris, Andre Dacres, and Taekwondo Tracy, what her name by the way, the team delivered a landmark performance. I'm sure I'm not the only one surprised by this gold medal. It's not every day you see a tropical country like Jamaica with an average temperature of between 25 and 30 degrees win at a winter sport. It's definitely deserved though, because if you didn't know, Jamaica have actually been entering bobsleigh teams into the Olympics as far back as 1988. The story captivated the entire world that in 1993, Disney actually released a film called Cool Runnings, which was inspired by the Jamaican bobsleigh team's experience in the 1988 Olympics. And if you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's absolutely hilarious. Who knows, with this gold medal, Disney might release a part 2. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Guys, can you see the kind of work put by this gentleman? The kind of determination, the kind of, what can I say, trust and faith that they can do all things through Christ who strengthens them. They tried a game that is almost impossible in their country, and they have emerged the winner. Remember that this is not the first time Jamaica is participating in bobsled game. The first time Jamaica participated in this game was in 1988 in Calgary. And I want to say, in this year, Jamaicans proved to the world that you can do the impossible when you are determined. The world got surprised. The world got amazed. The world got to know that there is a small island in the Caribbean where people can try anything. Where people don't even care whether the facilities are there or not. They will come out and try with all their minds, with all their souls, until they emerge winners. So the first bobsled team to represent Jamaica in this winter sport was in 1988 in the Winter Olympics. And this game was took place in Calgary, and I think that time Jamaica still got a position in the whole world. And this is what we are talking about. And Jamaicans are a favoured people. They are a chosen people. They are a determined people. A people with hearts that can never give in, give up. Those are the kind of people we see in Jamaicans. Apart from the bobsled game, we saw the basketball team. Everybody in Jamaica was saying they have never thought there is a basket team in Jamaica. All of us got surprised by this team. And they did not just win one game. They won 2 games with Puerto Rico. And they emerged the winners. 1992. They emerged the winners. In the 2 games, they emerged the winners. This is a game that everyone, including the Jamaicans themselves, were saying they never knew there was a basketball team in Jamaica. Just to go to the field and qualify for the Viva World Cup. I'm very sure they qualified for that. Or they are just glorify. This basket team also shows the kind of determination, the kind of resilience, the kind of spirit, strong spirit Jamaicans have. It is just a new team, I may say that, because the last time basketball was played in Jamaica, I think it's around 1983, something like that. But this team emerged out of nowhere and emerged the winner in 2 games. What do you call that? Don't you think it's a miracle? Don't you think it's a favor? Don't you think these people are a chosen people? Now, have a look at these 2 games that the basketball team of Jamaica won in both of them. In one of the videos, they are celebrating the win. And every person in Jamaica is celebrating this team that was little known of them, but they have emerged the winner. Have a look at it. What can you say about this? These are actually miracles. Jamaica has had a tough time. They have had their share of grief and hazards. But you can see, in the midst of these calamities, Jamaica is still winning day by day, winning time by time. You can see the basketball team, the bobsled team, the reggae girls won the football match. There is win after win. I have been shooting the videos of Jamaicans' wins, and some of them are miraculous, like the ones I'm discussing just now. Now, the other game that amazed me and really made me to know that Jamaicans are a favored people, a chosen generation, a great people, is that Jamaicans drivers, 2 drivers from Jamaica, won the best drivers of the year in the European Racing Championship. These 2 guys just competed in the European Racing Championship and emerged the winners. These drivers are Senna and Sama. I hope I've mentioned them properly. Sana, Sama, and Christopher. These are the 2 drivers that emerged the winner in the European Racing Championship. These competitions were held in Italy, and these 2 gentlemen emerged the winner. They brought a name to the people of Jamaica. Actually, they made Jamaica to be supported because of Hurricane Marisa. Their recognition brought about support to Jamaica to actually help the Hurricane Marisa victims to recover. You can see the kind of relationship, the kind of attachment, the kind of, how can I describe it? That Jamaicans have outside there that are making people to come to their aid even in times of calamities. We have seen different countries coming to assist Jamaica and to support Jamaica. Why? Because the people of Jamaica outside there, they are doing great things and they are getting recognized day by day. The other day I shot a video about an English teacher who was teaching in the United States of America, but she's from Jamaica, and she was given the Teacher of the Year award. Jamaicans, wherever they go to work, they gain a name, they gain a fame, they gain recognition. And that is why we realized that there was great support to Jamaica by other nations. Because Jamaicans have made their country to be known outside there, to be recognized, to be respected, and to be adored. And that is why every person wanted to bring support to Jamaica and to be recognized that they have brought support to Jamaica. We saw celebrities, we saw governments from different countries, we saw people from all walks of life coming to assist Jamaica. Can you see these two drivers, only two people, making a difference in their country? They brought about support for the victims of Hurricane Melissa because of their win. By the way, I've not brought the video of the two drivers, so let me bring it. Either a photo or a video of the two drivers. Have a look at it. Now, all this combined together explains to us why Jamaica is highly known, highly popular, highly recognized, and highly influential. Because the people of Jamaica have put their country outside there in the world's map. They have made their country to be recognized, to be respected, to be adored, and to be influential in wherever they are. You can see the people that I have just mentioned, and Jamaica is trending all over the world about the bobsled team, the two men that won the racing in the European racing competitions, and the basketball team in Jamaica, the reggae girls. All these combined together have brought a lot of recognition to the people of Jamaica. And I think I'll stop at that today. See you during the next video. Bye bye and God bless.